What's up everybody, and thank you for joining me for another video. My name is Whack4863, but you can call me Whack. Today we're going to break down the new trailer, The Isle of Siptah from Conan Exiles, and see what's in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the trailer first, and then I'm going to break it down. Now I am going to add chapters to this video, so if you've already seen the trailer, you can use the chapters to skip through and kind of see my thoughts on what's coming. I've also asked my community on Discord to give me questions for this video so that I can ask those, and hopefully Funcom will see the video and they will answer those questions in the live stream that's happening on September 11th at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will be in that live stream. I will probably be on YouTube if they're streaming there, and you can come hang out with me and chat. But let's look at this trailer, and then I'll get back with you.
The Isle of Siptah introduces a whole new way of playing Conan Exiles, with new environments, creatures, mounts, and new materials for the cities of your dreams. Explore dark dungeons and uncover the mysteries of the island's black heart. Shipwrecked, starving, and thirsty, you must learn to survive on the mysterious Isle of Siptah. Explore the landscape, from wreck-strewn beaches and hidden coves to dense forests and ancient ruins. Fight the savage beasts that inhabit the island. Scout the island on horseback, or charge headlong into the fight on the back of the new rhinoceros. Salvage shipwrecks to build your first shelter, and take advantage of mighty redwoods for added protection. But beware, for a vicious storm rages at the heart of the island, and otherworldly horrors stalk within. Traveling or building within the storm will attract the attention of powerful enemies from the outer void. Inspired by the ancient structures of the island, you can construct a mighty fortress and strike forth from a bastion of strength. In the struggle for dominance with other castaways, you will need thralls to fuel your war machine. Unlocking the mysteries of the island are the keys to its domination and the key to getting thralls. Explore and fight your way through ancient vaults, the last bastions of the elder races, and uncover their knowledge. In the depths of the vaults, you will discover great treasures and sigils of power. Surges of wild sorcery erupt from the Black Tower at the heart of the island, which summon groups of humans to the island. You must defeat many enemies before you can capture some as thralls, but be ready to defend yourself from challengers. The battle for control will be ruthless, and only the strongest will survive.
So in the comment section below, I want to know, are you hyped for this new content, and what questions do you have about the Isle of Siptah? Also, if you're new here, I'd encourage you to go ahead and click that subscribe button, click that bell so you get notified when I upload a new video. I want to jump into the questions that have come through my Discord this morning get those out of the way, and then I'm going to break down my thoughts on the trailer. So the first question is about the PC early access. What do we get with that? Do we get the whole experience with the PC early access, or is it only part of the experience and you're going to add more to it down the road? Is it fully developed and ready to play on the 15th? Then a question of my own here. Full launch early 2021, PC, Xbox, PlayStation. It doesn't say Xbox One. It doesn't say PlayStation 4. Will Isle of Siptah and Conan Exiles be playable on both Xbox One, PlayStation 4, Xbox Series S, PlayStation 5? Are we going to see Conan Exiles playable on the consoles that we're on now and the next gen consoles? That's what I want to know from the devs during the live stream. Now, I've seen this question pop up 2 or 3 times. I think I can answer it myself, but I'd like confirmation during the dev stream. Basically, are the maps connected? Can you travel from one map to the other? Now, in reading some of the information that is on the blog, some of the information that's on Steam, it says start fresh, a new experience on the massive Isle of Siptah. Explore sun-drenched beaches strewn with shipwrecks, dense and tall redwood forest, broad valleys dotted with ancient Acaronian ruins, the remains of Stygian colony, and the foreboding Tower of Siptah at the island's center. So that tells me there's no traveling back and forth between the exiled lands and the Isle of Siptah. You are either playing a character on the exiled lands, or you are playing a character on the Isle of Siptah, which brings up more questions about people that have private servers, dedicated servers. You know, I've got a private server that I run both on PC and PS4. How does this work for me as a server owner? Do I have to choose one map or the other map to load on my server and hope that my fan base, the people that want to come play on my server, either have that DLC or that's what they want to play at that time? Or is it a scenario where I can load both maps on the server and people can choose at the start which map they want to play on? Now, if that's the case and you have both maps on the same server, how is that handled server performance wise? Like, how is the server going to perform if you're getting a surge on one map while you're getting a purge on the other map? Are we just looking at more server crashes? I want to know how that works for server owners. Another question comes with the building DLC pieces. You can see that on the screen right now. Those DLC pieces, obviously, we're going to be able to use on the Isle of Siptah. Are we also going to be able to use that on the map that we're on right now, the original Conan Exiles map, or the Exiled Lands? Do those pieces go back and forth? And let's say that I, as a consumer, don't necessarily want to play on the Isle of Siptah. Can I buy the building DLC separate from the actual Isle of Siptah DLC? That's a good question, and that was posted in my Discord. Definitely want to know that information from the dev stream. Okay, so I'm going to wrap it up with questions there, because I think the rest of the questions that I'm seeing happening on Discord and Twitter and the different places are kind of standard information that is going to be answered no matter what in the dev live stream. They've covered that kind of information in the past. I don't see any reason why I should put those in my video. So now let me give you my thoughts and opinions on this trailer, and I'm going to break it all the way down for you guys. Way back when Jade actually first said, hey, there's a map coming, I'm leaking it, you know, whatever. He saw it on the investors page and he said, hey, we're getting a new map. I did a video, and in that video I said I want a new experience. It cannot be the exact same experience. You can't just put me on a new map and give me the same enemies and the same mechanics and call it good. That's not what I want. I want a new experience. Now, from the trailer, watching the trailer and looking at the map, looking at the enemies, it looks like a new experience. I mean, here's a dungeon, and it looks like a new experience. We have traps, we have mechanics. You can see mechanical parts moving around. We have what's called the Surge, which may be a replacement for the Purge that we get now, right? Purge to Surge. So the mechanics have changed. Yes, you're still going to be farming rock. You're still going to be farming wood and plant fiber and all those things that you do in any survival game, right? But you do have different enemies. We've seen 4, 5, 6 different enemies in this single trailer, right? So like there's one right there. What is that? What is that? It looks amazing. There's another one, a double tusk elephant. And we're finally able to ride rhinos. How cool is that? Those things look awesome, by the way. So the different mechanics, the different experience is going to be great. Now, how does this all play out for the player? Okay, so all of it's there. It's there for the taking, but how does that work out for the player? So from the information that I've been reading and gathering, it looks like you have to create a new character, right? So you have to create a new character, you have to travel to this map, or you have to choose this map in your initial setup of your game or on the server, whatever, and you play on that map. You are not, from the information I'm looking at, you are not able to move anything from the exiled lands into the Isle of Siptah. You are going to have to start from 0 and have a character on one and have a character on the other. So when you're thinking about PvP, and I know this came up a lot where people were worried, will someone that has the DLC be able to travel over to the exiled lands, raid me in the exiled lands, and then cross into the other map with all my loot? That's not going to happen. Just bar none, from the information that I'm reading, that's not going to be an option. Now, the DLC is going to be priced at $19.99 while it's on early access. And I'm reading this directly from the official announcement on the Funcom forums. It says PC early access price will be $19.99 USD. The price will increase when the expansion leaves early access, which tells me it's not complete yet. It's not fully complete, and the early access is going to be partial testing, which has really become a commonplace strategy for most gaming companies on PC. They put part of the game out that's partially developed and not fully released. They let you buy it for a little bit less money, and then after they feel like it's fully developed, they charge more for it. It's not something that just Funcom does. I swear, every gaming company that releases something on PC nowadays has an early access, and we test it, we give them feedback, and then they fix it and they charge more money for it. You don't see this as much on console because on console, Sony and Microsoft have their names attached to those systems, whereas on PC, there's no name attached to that system. So PC kind of gets dumped on with this early access stuff. But I digress. Let's get back to the trailer. Now, something else that I want to point out is everything that's happening in the sky. There's so much going on in the sky, where there's thralls falling out of the sky, there are meteors falling out of the sky, there's a storm that surrounds the tower, and it talks a little bit about how if you build or you travel through the storm, powerful enemies will come from the void. So my feeling on this is that there is a lot of different mechanics that require player interaction. So nothing's happening, you go into the storm, and all of a sudden enemies start coming from all over, every which direction, and attacking you in that area. So I think that's a really cool mechanic if that's what they're actually doing. It sounds like a lot of fun and like The events that you get into, the combat that you get into is going to be more randomized than knowing that I can go to New Asgarth and there's going to be 42 thralls and I know which named spot there is and everything like that. So if there's a random mechanic where you don't know what you're going to get, I really like that idea, and I'm hoping that I'm reading into that information properly. So let me go over what I think we are getting in its entirety real quick, and then I'll let you guys go. We are going to get a new build set. We are going to see new armors. We're going to see new weapons. We are going to be able to ride rhinos with at least cosmetic armor on them. It may not actually be armor. It's likely going to be a saddle. We are getting new dungeons with new mechanics, and almost, honestly guys, this is almost Conan 2.0 from looking at the trailer, right? Because there's so much different mechanics and new and everything going on that I feel like it is more like Conan 2.0 than, hey, we are going to just allow you to do everything you've been doing in the exiled lands in a new map. They've made so many mechanical changes. And what's on the screen right now, I want to talk about this. This is what it talks about doing to get your thralls. So you actually have to summon a surge. I think it's a surge to get thralls. And then enemy players can actually come and steal them. That is an enemy player stealing a thrall from the people that summoned that quote-unquote surge. I think it's a surge. I'm calling it a surge. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Now, I'm not entirely sure on this, but they show Yogg in the sky a couple of times. He seems really high up. He's not attacking anything. It doesn't look like he's after a base. I'm wondering if we're going to see avatars come out of the surge. If avatars are not necessarily only going to be a thing that shows up when someone summons them. And you may not even be able to do it. Let's think about it. The altars that you have to place need what? They need human thralls. So if the only way to get thralls in the Isle of Siptah is to summon a surge, then you no longer have the ability to really ramp up your production of those items on the altars. So if you can't get the altars leveled up and you can't summon avatars, and we are seeing an avatar in this trailer, then that is an enemy that spawns in this map. That's something that everybody can go out and fight and isn't necessarily controlled by another player. I know this has been a super long video. I appreciate if you made it all the way to this point. Thank you very much. I'm going to let you go. There's more to come this week, I'm sure, as we see more unfold from the dev stream tomorrow. I will cover whatever they're talking about in a video as well. And then as more information comes out, I'll make sure that I get it to you as quickly as possible. And that's all I have for this video, but the fun doesn't have to stop here. There's a couple other videos coming up on the screen. You can pick one of those to watch next. I hope you've enjoyed this video as much as I've enjoyed making it. I'll catch you next time. Peace. I'd like to give a big shout out to all my YouTube members. Y'all are absolute legends. If you'd like to become a legend, there's a button below that says join. That'll give you all the details. I'd like to thank all my subscribers for their continued support, likes, comments, and general awesomeness. If you're not subscribed, you can start your free trial today and cancel at any time. Clicking the bell is highly recommended so you get notified when I upload another video.